It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 8th of January. I'm Michael Groff. We are in the midst of that much advertised pattern change here across Arizona, and it's windy out there today. We've got some clouds. We have even seen a few showers last night and this morning over parts of south central Arizona, including Phoenix, but for the most part, we didn't see any measurable rain. And as of this recording, Sky Harbor Airport continues the streak without measurable precipitation at 139 consecutive days now. Could we see a shower this afternoon? We'll talk about that. Plus, how long will these winds continue? And there is still that prospect of freezing temperatures over at least parts of the valley. Who will see that? And how long will that continue? We'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday, 69 degrees the afternoon high, 47 the morning low, 67 and 45 are the averages for this time of year. And there it is, that all-time record low temperature of 16 degrees set back in 1913, a record for which I can safely say in Phoenix, we will not break that in my lifetime, in your lifetime, in your children or grandchildren's lifetime. That one is pretty safe, I would say. About as safe as Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. I think we can pretty much put that in the books forever. At least forever in a relative sense. All right, looking outside right now at 11:45 a.m., some high clouds out there. We're sitting at 63 degrees at Sky Harbor. It's pretty dry, though. Dew point's 21, humidity 20%. Breezy, though, wind from the east at 20, and the barometer is rising. Satellite picture out here across the west. That upper low is spinning across southern Arizona and northern Mexico. And around it, yeah, there's a little bit of moisture, some light showers over east central, southeast Arizona. A few of those have spun back into the south central deserts. And I guess we could see a shower this afternoon, but probably not. The big story is with that ridge to the north and west of us in this area of low pressure here, the northeasterly winds, those Santa Ana winds across Southern California. And no doubt you have seen the pictures. It looks like a nightmare. It looks like Armageddon. It is, anytime we have these wildfires, it looks bad. But this, well, maybe you've seen this video. This one is especially insane. These are two men and a dog that are trapped in a home surrounded completely by fire. That Palisades fire that's going on there in Southern California. And this is, I mean, I don't even know how to describe this to you. You can't, nightmares don't even do it justice. This is incredible. I do not know the ultimate fate of the two men and the dog in this video. From what I have read on social media, they got out, but I don't know that for sure. But this is just another reminder that whenever evacuation orders are issued, please heed them. We talk about this during hurricane season, and usually, obviously, with a hurricane, you have a lot more lead time to get out. With fires, sometimes you do not get that. And I understand, but when they issue you those evacuation orders, don't hesitate, don't dawdle, just leave. Sticking around and riding it out, it's not worth your life. So please don't do it. I know we are in a weird time in our society, and we have been there for the last several years, where we have, some people have this childish mentality of, hell no, I won't go. You can't make me leave. I won't comply, and all that kind of stuff. And look, local officials, they're not the SS wanting to march you to the gulags. Okay. These are people that just want to save your life. And they, not only do they want to save your life and your child's life and your dog's life, they also want to minimize the risk to these first responders, the people that are out there and trying to fight these fires. Every minute spent trying to save your life is 1 minute less that they have in man hours to fight fires. So please heed the evacuation orders. All right. I don't think that's a hot take, but I know based on what I read, sometimes I think that is. So I don't know. That is just, that video is just incredible, though. All right, let's look at the watch warning map. And again, obviously out here across the west, the southwest, we still have the wind advisories and the high wind warnings. And again, Southern California, it's crazy. And we still have high winds expected. Again, the Santa Ana winds will be blowing today, especially through those canyons. And we've seen winds 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, and that just pushes these flames at incredible speeds. And with you can't even describe how dry it is here over the Southwest. It's a tinderbox. Many areas have not seen rain in several months, if not longer. And so as a result, these fires just, once they get going, it's I can't even describe for you. It's lightning fast how they spread. You see these fires, they start out, 1 minute they're 5 acres, and literally within an hour, they're 500 acres. And they blow up that quickly. And so that's why, again, when those evacuation orders are given, just leave. All right, elsewhere, again, for us here in southern Arizona, we've got a wind advisory, and this includes parts of the Phoenix metro area, kind of parsed out here, the north and east portions of the valley, Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, Carefree, Cave Creek over to Peoria, Apache Junction, Queen Creek, Sun Lakes. You're in the wind advisory, and that's until 2 p.m. this afternoon. The rest of the valley is not. But weather doesn't necessarily work based just on lines on a map. So still, it's going to be windy through the afternoon hours. Those winds will die down quickly, though, after sunset tonight. Then we also have a freeze warning in effect for a good portion of southeast Arizona, and that gets pretty close to us here in the valley, up to about Casa Grande, parts of central Pinal County, and points south from there down to Tucson, good portion of southeast Arizona in that freeze warning. And that's tonight and tomorrow night, and may need to be extended beyond that as well into the weekend, from midnight to 9 a.m. each of those mornings. Elsewhere, a winter storm watch is in effect from North Texas eastward through parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. Yep, there's going to be some wintry precipitation down there. Snow, freezing rain, sleet, all of that in those winter storm watch areas possible as we go into late Thursday night and Friday. And that's that storm system that's bringing us all this wind that'll be moving east and getting into the Gulf and pulling in some moisture into that Arctic air that sits there, and it's going to be a big mess. To the north, air stagnation advisories for parts of Oregon and Idaho. Again, not uncommon this time of year. Convective outlook for today, no organized severe weather, maybe a little thunder across southwest Texas. The precipitation outlook valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, a little bit of precipitation today in southeast Arizona. So let's get to the models. Let's see what the future may hold. Here we go, folks. This is it. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's that upper low to our south. And high pressure sits to the north and west of us. That pressure gradient's very tight, so the windy conditions will continue down at the surface for the rest of the day. Today, partly cloudy. I suppose, conceivably, there's a slight chance a shower could backdoor its way into the south central deserts, including Phoenix. But for the most part, rain chances, what little there were, are done with. Except, of course, across parts of southeast and east central Arizona, still some rain and snow possible for the higher elevations. And high temperatures this afternoon, about where we are now. I mean, we should probably top out in the mid-60s. For tonight, the winds will die down, clear sky, dry air, so we'll drop into the mid-30s in the cold spots, low 40s or so for the urban core. And then tomorrow, sunny sky, but highs low to mid-60s. Yeah, you can see that wintry mess across Texas and Oklahoma. Yike. Boof. All right. Friday morning, we'll start out low 30s to low 40s here in the valley. High temperatures low to mid 60s. Saturday, as we get into the weekend here, how about it? Cool and dry. Low temperatures around 30 in the cold spots, around 40 for the urban core. So again, if you're in North Scottsdale, Carefree, Cave Creek, Surprise, again, the traditional cooler spots in the valley, probably a good idea to cover your plants. And that's going to be the same story on Sunday. Lows 29 to 38, high temperatures, low to mid 60s. As we go into next week, we'll eventually start to warm it up. Highs probably low to mid 60s on Monday. Tuesday, lows low 30s to low 40s, high temperatures mid to upper 60s. But we see signs of another trough, another system dropping south and closing off into an upper low eventually by the middle part of next week. And here we go to a week from today. This is Wednesday the 15th. And the GFS and many of our deterministic models, the Euro is on board with this. The Euro AI is on board with this idea of a closed low developing off of the Southern California, Northern Baja coast. If that happens, moisture advection would begin here across the southwest. We could see a few showers out of that system. And that would hold as we go into Thursday, the 16th. GFS being a bit more aggressive on moisture advection here across central and eastern Arizona, of course. This is still way out there and kind of trudging into fantasy land, so obviously the details will be fine-tuned between now and then. But if this verifies, we could see some rain by the middle and latter part of next week. And temperatures would continue to be below average. We'd see high temperatures retreating back into the maybe upper 50s to mid-60s if this works out. So again, yes, some rain for central and eastern Arizona, some higher elevation snow possible in that configuration. But again, I promise you this will change between now and then. We'll see how that forecast evolves. There's quite a few of our ensemble members that do not show that, unfortunately. But maybe that does happen. Going out 10 days, this is Friday the 17th. That moves off to the east. Pretty good trough beginning to consolidate over the plain states. So cool and unsettled conditions there for us, a dry northwesterly flow, and temperatures would be at or below average if that is correct. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble out through the 22nd of January. Ensemble mean, well, it's at or under 1/4 of an inch. And same story for the Euro ensemble. So we're not looking at any meaningful, robust rain, but there is still a possibility out there toward the middle part of next week. Middle or latter part of next week, we might finally break our dry streak. Temperatures off the national blend of models below average, or at or below average, I should say, for the rest of the week and heading into the weekend. Those lows you see dipping into the upper 30s. Now that's at Sky Harbor Airport. Many of us are going to be down toward freezing. So one or two of these mornings, I mean, even unless you're right there in downtown Phoenix in the heart of the urban heat island, I'd go ahead and cover up those plants. You know, Beth was talking about it in the comments. I know I saw several people talking about, the potential of freeze, and especially if you're in the outlying areas or if you're away from Phoenix, you're in the open desert. Yeah, go ahead, cover up the plants, get ready, keep the pets indoors. It's going to be pretty chilly. And then we do warm it up a little bit going into next week. Of course, we'll see how the evolution of that next low turns out. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make those monetary contributions, $2, $5, $538,000. It all helps in the furtherance of this channel. Or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org. And the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs, videos, everything Michelle-related and tangentially Adriana-related. It's all linked up down in the description. Or you can check out our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. And if you ever wonder what we do over there, it is the most chaotic mix of music. We play stuff like this. And that's all I can play for you because otherwise, we get demonetized. All right, thank you guys so much for watching and all of your continued support. So greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there. And, it's not just Southern California dealing with those wildfires. We've got them here in Arizona, too. It's been so dry. We don't think of wildfires in January, but you gotta be careful out there. So always good. Always good to keep that in mind. I know people, even here in the wintertime, people go camping. So, keep an eye on those wildfires and watch where you're headed if you're planning a trip up north. All right, otherwise, you guys be safe and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Wednesday.